Picture this. It's evening in Atchison, Kansas, and you're standing outside the little station on Commercial Street. The red on-air sign is glowing in the window. A program has just wrapped up, and you hear the familiar chime of the bell above the door as someone steps inside.
It's such a vivid image, right?
It really is.
And I feel like it perfectly captures what we're talking about today. I mean, why does a tiny independent station like Chesterton Radio even need to exist in our, hyper-connected modern world?
Exactly, because stepping into their world is honestly like escaping a storm. Just imagine stepping out of the noisy, outrage-driven internet and walking into this comfortable, quiet library.
Oh, that sounds amazing right about now.
Right. You're suddenly surrounded by old radio dramas, morning prayer, original mysteries, and forgotten books. It's just a totally different ecosystem.
It is. And what's fascinating is the core philosophy driving that ecosystem. They aren't trying to capture the biggest possible demographic or anything like that.
They're not chasing virality.
No, not at all. Instead, they are deliberately celebrating things that are often overlooked today. Things like faith, craftsmanship, history, and just a genuine sense of wonder.
Which is so rare.
It really is. The ultimate goal isn't to accumulate a massive audience just to monetize them. It's to actually build an intentional community.
But let me push back on the reality of that for a second. If they aren't chasing massive monetized audiences, how does the station actually survive?
Well, that's the beauty of it.
Because, the internet is basically a free-for-all, so does this open door idea actually drive voluntary support, or is this just a massive guilt trip? Like, will these classic broadcasts suddenly disappear if people don't open their wallets?
No, absolutely not. And that's a crucial, really welcoming reality about Chesterton Radio. No one has to pay to belong here.
That's a relief to hear.
Yeah, simply listening, subscribing, leaving a comment, or just sharing a program makes you a meaningful part of the community. But for those who are in a position to do more, there are ways to help.
To help keep the light on, basically.
Exactly. They have a Buy Me a Coffee membership for that exact purpose. It's not a paywall.
Yeah.
It's just a way to sustain the everyday work.
Okay, so how does that work?
It's pretty simple. It starts with the $5 a month lamplighter tier.
Okay, $5, that's like one fancy coffee a month.
Right. And then they have the recommended $15 a month station keeper level, which really helps sustain the daily operations.
Got it. Are there higher tiers for people who really want to invest in this?
There are, yeah. They have the producers, founders, and steward circles, which scale all the way up to a $365 one-time founding steward lifetime membership.
Oh, wow. A lifetime membership. That's a serious commitment to keeping the station growing.
It really is. But audio is really only half the story here, right? If you're building a lasting community, you need a place for written discourse, too.
Yeah, which brings us to the other half of their strategy, the Substack.
Exactly. So beyond the dedicated membership program, listeners can engage with the station's expanding written world through a paid Substack subscription.
And how much is that?
It's $8 a month or $80 a year. It's essentially the home for their published work and just another avenue to stay connected while supporting new programming.
It makes me think of supporting a beloved local theater.
Oh, I like that analogy. How so?
Well, you can join their dedicated patron program, right? Which is like the Buy Me a Coffee membership. You're just chipping in to make sure the building stays open.
Right.
Or you can buy a subscription to their literary magazine, which is the Substack. You're getting this great published work in return. Both options keep the station growing.
That is a perfect way to break it down. Neither option is superior,
Yeah.
They just fit different listener preferences for how people want to engage.
So let's go back to that visual we started with, the little station after dark.
Yeah.
The programs are still playing, that on-air sign is glowing in the window, and a single light is burning above the open door. The open door stays open.
It does. And those who choose to contribute, whatever way they can, are ultimately making sure that light stays on for everyone else who wanders in.
It's a beautiful model for preserving what matters. So we'll leave you with this. What forgotten stories, ideas, or pieces of craftsmanship in your own life deserve to be preserved? And how could you help share them with your community?